This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Big Dean Whyte. Dean, look, we're here. It's sad circumstances. I'm really looking forward to this fight. But ultimately, I mean, we've not had official word, so we won't put this out just yet. But we pretty much know this fight is off. What's your initial thoughts and feelings considering what's gone on?
As a boxing fan, yeah, man, I'm devastated that it's off because I wanted to see the fight. I wanted to see, what both guys stylistically what they was going to bring, and wanted to see who the last man standing was. I feel like these guys deserve, all the hard work they put in for this fight, making weight, training, sparring, and going through stuff. The fight needs to go on, and I felt like there needed to be, because of the due process, what there should be, improving innocent before guilty. They should have been allowed to go ahead.
Let me just comment on that. So, the problem is, in boxing, as you will well know, VADA, UCAD, two separate things, but Eddie has insisted they signed him up for both. He also made sure that the Pascal and Boazzi fight didn't happen because VADA wasn't in the contract. So that means that must mean something to him as a person. So, Conor Benn, regardless, has failed the drugs test. He's failed it. Whatever, if it's trace a line, he's failed. So do you think, morally, this fight should be going ahead?
Well, I hear that aspect. Obviously, you want a clean sport. In the ideal world, a clean sport is what it is. But then we do know that people are fighting and people don't know, and they fight these people. And they both probably face people that are on drugs equally. So I don't know. But I mean, I feel like what I'm looking at is the undercard. It's a shame. This is their moment. These guys have trained. This is their biggest pay-per-view moment to do so. These guys have probably spent a lot of money on sparring partners, their camp, their this. It's come to an end now. And then who compensates those guys for that L? Who compensates them?
Chris Eubank Jr. and these undercard fighters, for me, is where my heart lies. You've got obviously the likes of Chloe Watson. You've got Matty Harris, Lyndon Arthur. These guys are wanting to perform on these big stages and they can't do, no fault of their own. But ultimately, because if we flip it round, say Conor Benn goes in there and this fight goes ahead, say he ices Chris Eubank Jr. and regardless, not a lot can, but say it was just one of these freak punches and Chris isn't the same after the fight and he's failed the test. It's horrendous. It surely can't be. I get what you're saying in terms of they've put the graft in, but ultimately, isn't this why there's testing in place?
Oh, go on, my man.
Speaking of the undercard, Lyndon Arthur in.
It's a shame. These money.
It was. I was
the
saying,
money was coming to get the buttery, boy. Them man mashed up the money. They're just ruining it, fam.
Do you know what I mean?
They're just ruining
Someone's
it.
got to take. Someone's got to take.
Yeah,
something.
You deserve something, not yours.
Someone's got to take punch somewhere. I got to fist somebody up.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna put my details out, Conor.
Oh shit!
But
Conor's
yeah,
my man. We gotta give him the innocent until proven guilty. You know what I mean? That's what we got. Yes, my guy. Yes. But I don't know. It's a shame, though. It is a shame. I understand exactly what you're saying, but for me, in the world where I've come from, I deal with I deal with innocence first. Anyone, my brethren, whatever it is, I don't go on. Even if they're arrested, and sometimes you have cases where things are dismissed and so on. So I get what you're saying, because that is a very valid point. If something happens, it's a whole different kettle of fish.
So, worst case scenario, obviously, there's a lot of money spent on this promotion. But if Conor goes and exonerates himself now and does the legal proceedings, we all know about this B sample carry on. But ultimately, if there's a B sample that comes back and they go, you know what, there's nothing in this B sample, it's completely different from the first one, it's absolutely clear, this fight can get rearranged and there can be nobody sleeping bad at night knowing what happens in that ring. Do you know what I'm saying?
I said no one's sleeping bad, I'm going to sleep just fine, to be honest.
That's what I mean. It can all go ahead properly under the right circumstances and he'll have that feel. People will be tuning in this Saturday going, wow, what if something happens?
That's the real faint-hearted. This is a gladiator sport. These are tough guys. People who tune in to this, they're tuning for blood, guts and gore. I get it, though. They want a clean sport, but I'm sure not.
If that's the case, make it all legal.
Maybe I did hear that as well. I did hear someone say that. But to be honest, you know what? I'm playing devil's advocate. It's because he's my brethren.
I know it's hard for you.
I'm more on his side and saying I'd rather give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not going to say anything bad about him. Just like if it was on the other front, it was Eubank. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. If it was someone else, I might have a bit more to say. And that's just life. And I'm just being as honest as I can. People might think, oh, you're messing and skirting around. Yeah, probably am. But look, it's just life. that's just how it goes. You're not gonna like if it's your mate, you wouldn't cast aspersions against your mate. Everyone, that's how the world is. You know what I mean?
100%. And I think we've got to be very careful when we talk about this to not just say Conor, because this isn't the first instance. This is boxing. This is happening every day. This is boxing as a whole.
And what we got to be mindful is a lot of people, even people, have been proven innocent after a situation like this. So we must bear that in mind. So that's why we shouldn't jump to conclusions and things. But hey, listen, like you say, there's a lot on the line, and we must maybe do our due diligence in our part to make sure we keep the sport integrity and make sure no one doesn't get harmed in any capacity. So yeah.
100%. Look, Dean, let's talk about a show you've got coming up. Go on, plug it. Let us know.
Black Box Global Bonfire Day is going to be mad. So please tune in if you want to come down. We've got some good fights. We're literally just we've got a stacked card of young fighters. And yet again, I've said on the other channel, we're trying to get a southern area eliminator for a guy who's 5-0. So we are looking for someone who's maybe 50-50, someone who's 4-1, 3-1, 5-2, 5-3, who's game and who wants to fight for an eliminator. Let us know, DM me, hit me up on Instagram, or if you got my number, contact me, and I'll have a look and we'll look through it. So November the 5th, we've got 4 weeks, so if you're in training and you're raring and you can go and do this 8-rounder, hit me up, and this is what we're looking for.
Listen, get involved, I'm not lying to you. These are the shows where the excitement really does happen. It's a vibe, it's a close-knit atmosphere, it's absolutely bouncing, it's party themed, but the serious stuff happens in the ring. Look, Dean Whyte, thanks for giving us some of your time. You do a lot of media, and yeah, good luck for your show coming up.
Thanks very much, cheers.